Veneers are not cheap. They are expensive. I see why people be walking around with chipped teeth and missing teeth, because them joints is expensive. Wagwan Popcorn. Welcome back to my channel. Dechela does it all, and I'm Denise. And you're gonna want to grab your popcorn because I'm a walking Broadway play, and I really do it all. Today's video is going to be a story time about how I broke my 2 front teeth. Yes, I'm still a little traumatized. So if you want to know how I broke my 2 front teeth, then keep on watching. The question of the video is, has something traumatizing like that happened to you? An accident or something? Let me know in the comment section below. So y'all want to know, right? It was the night before one of my best friend's wedding, Kalifa. Oh, go follow her at XOXO Kali Official. I'll link her page below, but yeah, she'll give you some like inspiration. She's the bomb. Go follow her, please. It was the night before her wedding, and that day we were shopping. I did her hair, I made her bouquet. Like, we were just doing last minute things because it's a quarantine wedding in the middle of the pandemic. So all her bridesmaids, we meet up at the location and we decorate. We're doing tulle and chiffon and flowers and chairs and tents, like, and archways. We did all of that. Very proud. But yeah, it's in the middle of the pandemic, in the middle of summer, and it's kind of like in a grassy area. So there are bugs everywhere. So we're putting flowers up, swatting bugs. We're putting chiffon up, swatting bugs. We're putting tulle up, swatting bugs. And if anyone knows me, they know that I am deathly afraid of bugs. I do not like bugs. Well, rather, bugs don't like me, right? Because they come and bother me. So one time there was a water bug in my house and I left. And I was like, okay, water bug, when you're ready, you can leave. I'll be back. Because I don't play with bugs. I don't play with them. So now it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. We're dead tired. We've been up all day. We went to virtual church. Then we went shopping. Then I did her hair. Then it was just a lot. So now she's taking me home. Before she takes me home, she stops at a gas station. Let me set you up. Kalifa's the driver. Michaela is the passenger, and shout out to Michaela. You're gonna know why later in the video. Deidre is behind Kalifa and I'm behind Michaela. So I put my seatbelt on because we all tired, and just in case a swerve happened, I'm like, I'm safe, right? Kalifa steps out to pump the gas. We're all talking, you know, like, oh, it's gonna be so nice. Oh, it was so beautiful. All that, right? Tired. Then all of a sudden, Deidre goes, oh my gosh, a spider, and she jumps out. And then Kayla goes, what? And she jumps out. And me, I have my seatbelt on. So I open the door, but I can't get out. And I'm like so afraid to look, trying to unhook the seatbelt. And I'm struggling, right? But I won't look because I'm so afraid to see the spider. Finally, I turn myself loose. I don't know, but yeah, I get free. And Kalifa's pumping gas, and I jump over the gas hose, right? I'm still, now I'm looking this way. I jump over the gas hose, and so I'm booking it now. I turn, I feel the adrenaline. I'm trying to run full speed to get away from this spider. And I run into a hydrogen tank. I just have to feel my teeth because I told y'all I'm still traumatized. There was like dead silence in New York City, mind you. Dead silence. I hear Kalifa go, oh! And then I just dropped down, and I had my hand in front of my mouth because it was like so painful. And then reality started setting in when I felt my teeth crumble in my mouth. It crumbled in my mouth. And then I spit it out. Some fell on the floor. Like, it was just terrible. And then I don't know how I ended up on the other side, but I ended up on the other side sitting on the dirty floor, right? I just started crying. I'm like, I'm gonna be ugly. I'm not gonna be able to smile again. And I'm just thinking that my lip is split because it felt so weird. So it was like painful and numb at the same time. So I didn't know if my lip was split. I didn't know if all I knew is that when I ran my tongue against the back of my teeth, it felt so horrible. And I'm just like, I'm ugly, sobbing, you know. And then here comes my little angel, Michaela. She's right next to me. She's like, you're still beautiful. Don't worry about that. It's not as bad as you think. She's like, we're going to get it fixed. And I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital. She's like, I just went to the hospital. It's safe. Don't worry. Mind you, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And she's like, it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. We're going to get it fixed. Like, she was just so calm in this crazy situation. Thanks, Kayla. Kalifa, she's calling the ambulance. She calls 911, and that was her first time ever calling 911. And when the ambulance arrived, they're treating me. So I'm like, okay, you guys are just gonna treat me and I'm gonna go home, right? And they're like, no, you have to go to the hospital. And I'm like, wait, what? They're like, you have to go to the hospital. And I'm like, then that's when my anxiety started to kick in again. I was like, no, I'm not going to the hospital. I've been home. I've been staying away from people. I've been wearing my mask. And I started crying. I wasn't crying. I was bawling. The paramedics, they were so helpful and they calmed me down. He's like, you know, it's gonna be okay. He's like, you have to go because, you know, it could be worse. You could have broken your nose. You might have a concussion. It was a really hard hit. You could have a fracture. And then all those words, I'm just like, what? And he's like, you know, you're in shock now. So you might be feeling pain, but you're not feeling most of the pain. And I'm like, oh God, please. So finally, they convinced me to go. They put me in a room by myself. And I'm like, thank you, God. They put me in a room by myself. And that's when I snapped a picture of my teeth. So this whole time I hadn't seen how bad my teeth was. I snapped a picture of my tooth and I was just like, oh my God, my teeth. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, and I'm reflecting and I'm thinking, all of this happened over a spider that I didn't even see. Yeah, I didn't even see the spider. Yo, fear is crazy because it's all in your mind. I didn't even see the spider. And all of this happened because of a fear that I had. That's a word. I'm not a preacher, but somebody preach about that. Fear. Just the knowledge of the spider being in my presence caused all that trickling residual effect. Man, listen, I'm just so glad that I was able to find a dentist the next day because it was my BFF's wedding. I was kind of sad and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to smile, but I found a dentist. They gave me temporary caps and I was able to smile in those pictures. Speaking of temporary caps, them things were so uncomfortable. When I say uncomfortable, and I sing, so I had to produce singing videos. I teach, so I have to talk all day, and there's no air passing through, made to be temporary. But it took me 4 whole months to get these pearly veneers. Yes, I'm very proud of them, and I'm so grateful to my mother and my boyfriend because they came together and they made it happen for me to get my veneers because Veneers are not cheap. They are expensive. I see why people be walking around with chipped teeth and missing teeth, because them joints is expensive. Expensive as ever. Whoa. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed my story time of how I broke my front teeth. Ooh, just saying that, I'm still traumatized. Like, I broke my front teeth. Ooh. I'm so glad that you stayed until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead, subscribe. It's free. Like, share, and comment. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.